Come find out with me how all of this happened, from the battle at the Valley of the End to the conclusion of the most legendary and badass anime of all time, Little Naruto-sama. Right after the fight at the Valley of the End ends, there's a scene similar to that one from the classic series, when the fight at the Valley of the End finishes, where Kakashi goes after Naruto and ends up finding only Naruto, right? But this time, even though it's similar, the one going to find them is, once again, Kakashi, but this time he's with Sakura. And now, instead of finding just one of them, they end up finding both Naruto and Sasuke, bleeding like a hose. If they'd taken just a little longer, there wouldn't have been any Narahina, for real. So Sakura gets there and starts healing both of them, right, because both of their arms were blown up. Sasuke already told Sakura to forget about him, to just take care of Naruto so Naruto could survive. But Sakura tells Sasuke to go screw himself and keeps healing both of them. Then Sasuke just shuts up, right? Kakashi is up there, just watching the whole scene. And finally, since the last episode of the original Naruto, we see Sasuke back. We actually see Sasuke regretting what he did. And it's a beautiful scene, I won't deny it. It's a scene that warms your heart. Of course, it doesn't make up for all the crap this guy did in the anime. Meanwhile, while Sakura is healing those two idiots, everyone is coming out of the infinite Tsukuyomi. The trees are falling. Then after Sakura heals those idiots, the guys free everyone from the infinite Tsukuyomi, things kind of go back to normal, and everyone heads back to their villages. And finally, there's a funeral for the people who died in the war, with honorable mentions for the main ones who died, like Shikamaru's dad, Ino's dad, and the eternal, legendary Niji-sama. Then after the funeral, a few days go by and people from all over the world start coming to meet the world's hero, who now is little Naruto. He stopped being just Konoha's hero and became the hero of the whole freaking world. After that, we get a scene where Tsunade finally passes the baton, about time, to our man Kakashi. Kakashi is all like, I don't know. Because, if I'm not mistaken, they even offered Kakashi the position, the 5th position, right to Kakashi before, if I'm not mistaken. But this time, he ends up accepting it. I think he saw all the crap Tsunade did and thought, man, I gotta take over this thing, or else it's gonna go south again. Then there's the scene with Naruto, Killer Bee, Gaara, just the top guys, just hanging out, chatting casually. Then they start worrying about Naruto's arm, right, since it's all messed up. They say, so, Naruto, how are we gonna sort this out? Do we already have artificial intelligence? Do we have robotic arms yet? Then Naruto goes, no, Granny Tsunade is already working on some research, using those crazy Hashirama cells. The guys are like, dang, you're probably gonna end up with 8 arms then, because there's nothing those cells can't fix. Then they ask, but is it gonna be just like new? No, man, it's gonna be even better, now it's got Hashirama cells. Then after that, it finally shows where Sasuke really should be, locked up in a cage, arms tied close to his side, and a band wrapped around his face. There's probably some kind of crazy jutsu on it too, just to make sure this guy can't do any jutsu or keep staring at people with those demon eyes of his. Then there's a scene showing Guy, Mado Guy Sensei, in the hospital, right? And the guys there are saying that there really isn't going to be a cure for his leg is just wrecked. And honestly, that actually makes sense, because there really needed to be some weight to the jutsu. There had to be real consequences for using the 8 gates, right? The guy couldn't just use the 8 gates actually, he should have died. But since he survived, they had to find a way to make that jutsu still matter, because otherwise it would just turn into a mess, right? And even though everyone misses the legendary Guy Sensei taking down Uchihas and sharks out there, it does make sense for the story. And then we get an awesome scene, with Naruto finally reaching the Jonin level. Yeah, young grasshopper, did you know that Naruto wasn't a genin anymore? Kakashi says it loud and clear. I, Kakashi the Great, 6th Hokage, grant you, Naruto Uzumaki, the title of Jonin of the Hidden Leaf Village. Of course, after that he adds a condition that Naruto doesn't even want to accept, but ends up agreeing to, which is, he says, but for that, you have to study all this crap here and stop being such an animal. Then Naruto gets pissed right away, like, damn it, study? I'd rather stay here, I'd rather just stay a genin. But then Konohamaru shows up and says, there are no shortcuts, Naruto, to becoming Hokage. That really hits home, so Naruto's like, bam, let's go, damn it. Then Naruto finally gets his act together and goes to study, damn. Then it cuts to a scene of Naruto, like back in the day, going back to study with Iruka, sitting in the classroom, Iruka scolding him. Man, I miss those days. Then it cuts, and out of nowhere, Kakashi shows up at the prison to talk to that idiot Sasuke. He gets there to talk, and the scene fades out, you just know something's about to go wrong. Then the next scene shows Sasuke at the gate, free as a bird, talking with Kakashi and, I think, Ebisu. And Sakura was there too. Man, how do these guys have the guts to let a menace like that go free? Seriously, they just can't. It's not right. It's just not right. Because, dude, actions have to have consequences in a story. There's no way someone can mess up as much as Sasuke did, do all those horrible things, and just walk away like that. Kakashi himself said, "Hey, Sasuke, if we were following the rules, you'd have to be in jail." And it's true, he really should be locked up. There's no other way around it. Then he said, "But now that I'm the damn Hokage, and I'm a pushover, if it were someone with real guts, they would have had you executed." Naruto, who's secretly in love with you now, is the hero of the world and spoke up for you, right? He testified for you at the trial. So with those two big shots backing you up, man, you managed to get off the hook. But you better stay on the straight and narrow, or else you're going to make me look bad. And if he didn't stay on the straight and narrow, man, what could anyone even do about it? Because at that point, he would only, well, not only lose, but maybe only lose to Naruto. Anyone else he wanted to kill, he could have killed. Phew. There were really only two cool possible endings for Sasuke there, aside from that mess that actually happened at the end, which really did happen in the anime. One was that they'd lock him up and he'd stay in prison by his own choice, saying, "No, I was a jerk," because if he had really felt remorse, he would have. Who was going to pay for his crimes? "No, I'm a jerk. I'll stay in prison." I was a jerk, right? I'll stay in prison. And eventually, when in Boruto the alien showed up and started wreaking havoc and they really needed him, then they'd go there, just like they did with Aizen in Bleach, and ask for his help. Then, since he had already repented and was paying for his sins, he would help out. And preferably, he would die saving everyone and having a final heroic act, showing his remorse. That way, he'd get a proper redemption. Not just be out there, damn it. Or, which would also be cool, he could just commit seppuku. Like, guys, I was a jerk, but I regret it, so I'm going to take myself out now. Either of those would have been honorable endings for him. Moving on, during that conversation, Sasuke finally acknowledges Sakura, leaving behind the ending he should have had. It was a cool scene in Sasuke finally recognizing Sakura, with that little Itachi reference. Then the guys just let Sasuke go, right? Sasuke is just walking along, minding his own business, when suddenly he sees his crush next to him. Naruto was waiting. He didn't want to talk to his rival, right? Sakura. So they go over, fist bump, have a little mind conversation, and Naruto finally gives Sasuke his headband back. And as a symbolic gesture, Sasuke becomes a Konoha ninja again. That scene was beautiful too. And despite everything, even though I didn't like this forgiveness they gave Sasuke, you know? But it's cool to see the right team getting back together. It's cool, it's cool. Then, in the meantime, we have the last arc involving those guys with the devil eyes, and during all that, Naruto finally proposes to little Hinata. My brother, what event did you see? The most shipped couple in anime history, Naruhina, finally happens. Damn, Naruto is one lucky guy, man. Fucking hot bitch, good guy, and lowered the 4 and 5 tires and the spare tire for Naruto. So finally, the preparations for the Naruhina wedding, the wedding of the world's hero, little Naruto-san, get underway. And man, when the world's hero is getting married, just imagine what kind of event that is, right? And with an event that big, of course there are going to be some challenges to pull off this wedding, right? There were going to be a ton of people in the village to celebrate this wedding. Authorities from all over the world. So, my friend, the security system had to be beefed up, right? And that's when the problem started. Because Big Kakashi had no idea how to handle it, who was he going to put in charge of security? Who was he going to assign to the village missions that day? Because someone, he never stops. If there was an attack, they'd have to be able to defend, and preferably not even let it get close to the wedding so it wouldn't mess things up, right? Because if it did get there, nothing would be left standing, since only the top dogs are there, but it would definitely kill the vibe. So that's the problem. Then Kakashi comes up with a mission, gives everyone a mission so they can all get a gift, and he was going to judge the gifts to see who made the best ones, and who would get to go to the wedding, and who would have to work, right? Then everyone finds out, and people are like, nah, forget that, I'll just work, especially the genin, you know? The 9 genin start volunteering themselves to work, so that the others can go and not miss the wedding. But in the end, they come up with an idea, Kakashi, together with Konohamaru, no, not Konohamaru, with Irika. They come up with the idea to ask the other villages, since people from all over, from every village, were coming to celebrate the wedding of the world's hero. He had the idea to ask the other villages to also send ninjas to help out with security on the day, and of course, everyone agrees, right? To help little Naruto, even I would go work there. And after all that, we get a scene, my friend, that I have to admit, made me tear up a little. Little Naruto talking with Irika-sensei, and he asks Irika to be his father at the wedding. Damn. And honestly, right? If you stop to think about who really was Naruto's father there, his real father, since Minato was already gone, it was Irika, man. The third Hokage might have been like a grandfather, but kind of an absent one, who only saw him from time to time, but Irika was really his father, you know? He was the one who had dinner with him, the one who argued with him, the one who taught him things. Irika deserves real respect. And those scenes with Irika kind of being Naruto's dad are really awesome, right? He goes, he sees Hinata crying, then he starts apologizing for not raising Naruto properly, then asks her to forgive Naruto, even though it had nothing to do with her, right? Yeah, then he comes over and tries to give Hinata some money to help pay for the wedding expenses, since it's a tradition for the parents to help out, right? Hinata politely refuses. There are a bunch of scenes like that, right? Naruto Irika is trying to teach Naruto how to be a good man. We have to say he taught him well, because Naruto was awesome. So then it starts showing Konohamaru's gift, which was a video recording of everyone congratulating Naruto. Wow, what a gift, huh? I really liked Konohamaru's creativity. Then it shows everyone giving their congratulations and all that. Then it shows the damn scene I didn't like, which was freaking Orochimaru congratulating him. Man, Sasuke was already outrageous, but Orochimaru, seriously? Orochimaru was a terrorist dude. No way, Orochimaru was just too much. Orochimaru should have been executed on the spot. I don't care what he did in the war, although you couldn't even kill that pest, right? Because he's got DNA and all kinds of crap from everywhere. And if you want to know about all the crap that this lunatic Orochimaru and Sasuke did too, click here or here, I'll leave it in the card, because I already made that video. And before the end, there's even a hook about why Shino becomes a teacher. Because, not exactly, but it kind of drops a hint, right? Like when Shino is talking to Mirai, who's Asuma's daughter, you know? Mirai is up there on Akamaru, which is Kiba's dog. Then you can see that Akamaru is tired, and Shino just shows up all chill, like, hey girl, that's still a big dog. She's tired, so he goes over, picks her up, and puts her on him. Then he's like, alright, since you want to ride on someone, ride on me. And she's all like, oh, so happy. Then Kiba and Mirai's mom are like, man, when did Shino get so good with kids, huh? And Kiba says he'd make an excellent teacher. And finally, we have the last scene of this fantastic anime that won so many fans around the world. Little Naruto and Hinata. Man, Hinata looked gorgeous. Naruto was looking pretty handsome too. The two of them there in their big kimonos, getting ready for the wedding, looking out over Konoha. What an ending, huh? It had its little problems, but what a masterpiece, what a masterpiece. And so, finally, with little Naruto and Hinata heading to their wedding, we wrap up the greatest anime story of all time. Naruto.